Hey guys, my name is Calvin Hollywood and this is my buddy
Glyn Dewis
from
the UK.
And he is
here.
All right. Glyn, let the people know why you are here in Germany.
Yeah, I'm here. It's always good to come and spend time with friends, but this time it was for a real purpose. We had our first ever High5 workshop, which was a 5-day photography, lighting, retouching, marketing, social media, and lots of social.
Oh yeah, lots of
So that's what we had. That's why I'm over here now. I've just got a couple more days before I go back home. So yeah, we've had a very, very good 5 days.
Yeah, and we think it's a good idea for all the people who can't join. Let's talk a little bit about the class to give an overview what's going on. And this video is not only for advertise the High5 class. We can also give you some advices. So we can talk now about all the topics, what we had in the last days. But to each topic, I'm sure we can give some advices out there.
Definitely, yeah.
Maybe you need the advices, or maybe you can use it for your own workflow or whatever. Okay, let's get started. The people arrived on Friday, 25th, I guess?
25th, yeah.
Yeah, we had a meeting at the evening, so a little bit meet and greet to see who's joining. And we had a lot of people. We had people from...
Oliver, well, closer to home we had people from Austria.
Austria, right.
I don't think we had anybody from Germany in this workshop.
We had Tom from Germany.
Tom from Germany. He's a British guy.
He's a British guy who lives in Germany. Yes.
We had some people from the UK, but then further afield we had Norway, we had Poland,
Denmark,
and then there was Ed who's came in from Alaska. He flew in, and I mean literally flew in because he was the pilot. And then even further afield we had Oliver from Africa.
Yeah, right.
And I think he felt the cold a little bit.
It was a difference of 35 degrees.
Yeah, easily, yeah. But I think the meet and greet on the night before was really good because it it just kind of broke down some barriers, and you could see who was going to be on the workshop, and it really helped when we moved on to doing day one.
Definitely, yes. Okay, so let's talk about the day one. Day one was the first photography day, and we had 2 topics. The first topic was beauty and fashion photography, and the other topic was a portrait photography, character portrait photography. So let's talk about the beauty and the fashion photography first. So the people known us not as a beauty and fashion photographer, right?
Yeah, but we explained on the first day that although this isn't the kind of work that we publish, and you don't generally see it on my website, I know you don't see very few on yours as well, we do occasionally get that kind of work.
Right.
So I thought it was always good, we both said it would be a good idea to show people that although you don't see it, we do it, so this is how we do it. So we kind of talked about how we can work with a model, a professional model, and we looked about lighting and all that kind of stuff as well. But do you know the thing which is funny, but the biggest thing that people commented on was about the preparation and having the team and the makeup artist and how big a difference that made.
Definitely. And I can remember that people looked on the image and said, that image looks retouched. So, but it was only the work of a great makeup artist, and that shows, and maybe this is our advice, what we can give. Spend more time to prepare a shoot, to find a good model and a good makeup artist. If you have a great lighting maybe also great retouching skills, but if you do not have a good model, if you have, let's say, a neighborhood model, can we say that?
The girl or the guy next door.
The image will not look good. If you have a good makeup artist and a great model, don't kill me for that, but I think you can get a great image with a simple light. One light, maybe one big softbox, that's all, but the image looks great because the makeup artist is great, the model is great, and we had a great model, and saw the image and all that. I said, she looked Dutch and burned.
And in fact, when it came to, I know we'll talk about this in a short while, but when it came to the retouching day, it almost got to the point where we had the picture of a model, and they were like, what are we going to do? She looked great, you know. So just to show that definitely the best advice is don't just think, I know we can do Photoshop and it's an amazing product and all that kind of thing, but you can't beat having it right in camera. if you're going to do anything, if you can get a makeup artist, that would be the best advice ever.
Yeah, and you had a great story, what you told to the students. I can remember, you said, if you like to get, sometimes it's very hard to get a good model, because the good model, you do not have good pictures, and if you like to shoot a good model will say, you have to pay me, of course, because you do not have good pictures. But you told the guys, come along with the story. Do not only ask, let's do a shoot together, give the model a story, and then she's more motivated and she liked to shoot with you.
Yeah, because there's so many times, and I'm sure you had it as well, that you would think, right, I'm going to have a photo shoot on that day, and you'd got the model coming and you weren't 100% sure, is she going to turn up or is he going to turn up? And when they did turn up, certainly for me, I'd be kind of like set my lights up and I'd be ready to take a picture, and it just seemed there was no energy there, you know, and maybe they didn't turn up with any clothes, no props, and it was just a bit flat. But what I found was, and you can do this with anybody, even if they're like a character portrait with loads of, you know, they're trying to be a certain kind of character. You can do it with anybody. You can get them to be something else. So what I do is, let's say if it was the beauty shot, I would look at all of loads of beauty shots on the internet that I really, really liked. And I'd think, what does the model look like? She'd look great like this. And maybe you can send them pictures and say, I've got this idea, we could do that. And then in the studio, we could make it look as if you're walking down the catwalk. So when they're being photographed, they're not kind of like stood there really self-conscious and doing all this kind of thing.
No, they are acting. They're acting. In the scene.
Yeah, imagine you're on the catwalk, you're doing this, you're doing that. But I mean, you can do that with other things as well. You could get them to be somebody else. You know, you could say, let's say that you're going to be in a street and we're going to photograph you, you've had a fight and there's two guys coming at you and the background's like all these buildings and stuff, and I'll collect pictures that I've seen on the internet and magazines, on DVD covers, and I'll create a mood board.
Right,
and I'll show them on my iPad. I haven't got it here, but I've got my iPad, and I'll go, this is what I'm thinking we could do here. See this picture here? You'd look great like that, and imagine that there. And they're getting really interested in it, getting really excited and go, yeah, I can see that. So the difference that makes is that when your model turns up, they're really motivated for the photo shoot, and they bring so much stuff. I even get people emailing me saying, "Oh, I can't wait for the photo shoot. I'm dieting now, getting ready," and you know.
And I think there is still too many photographers out there who just tell the model, "Yeah, take some clothes, and we will find something. Maybe it will work."
Doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me.
No, same for me. I have to prepare that. Sometimes I do test shoots with the model, and So this was one part of the first day. Let's talk a little bit about the second part. On the second part, we do not have a model. The students have to take picture of themselves.
Which is a good thing because they're not models.
Right. And I think when you are a photographer, it doesn't matter if you are a landscape photographer, still life photographer, one day a person came to, maybe a friend, will ask you, can you take a picture of me? And this guy is not a model. He do not feel comfortable in front of the camera. He do not know how to pose. And we explained many things about this, how to make the person in front of the camera feel more comfortable. And we also showed about the equipment, because I think you can shoot every face in the same light. Maybe it will work, but you have to find the right light for the right person. And we had many different kind of setups, and I was a little bit surprised because many students loved more or like more the low budget sets what we had.
Yeah, but that's probably, if you think about it, that's probably because that's what most people have.
Yeah.
You know, most people, I mean, we talked about having all these, you know, really great studio lights, but most people have speed lights.
Right.
But the stuff that we showed, because I think, what was there, 3 setups? Most of those were one light. In fact, one of them was natural light when you didn't need anything. So,
or the video lights.
Or the video lights, right? The continuous lights. And that's what most people have access to. So it was great to show them that they had, with minimal kit, to get great results. But the best thing was to show how not to just think that the same light for every person.
Yeah, that
just
is
have
important.
it change to fit that
Take
person.
a look. We are looking different, right?
Just a little.
Yeah. So we need different kind of light. What matches to our character, to our person.
And you gave good examples of that as well with some of the pictures that we talked about beforehand, where a certain person who's maybe a shy, quiet person, their lighting would be different to somebody who's like, "Whoa," all that kind of stuff. So it all fits in.
All right, that was the day. Let's talk about the evening.
If we have to.
So, the evening. it was your decision because, well, the Germans do not go out to a Schlager party. The Germans know what.
Sounds so cool, though.
Yeah, not many people. And we had a club, a very nice club, by the way. And yeah, it was very close to the city where the workshop is. And yeah, we thought, let's go there to have some fun in the evening, show the Glyn Hollywood dance or Calvin Dewis dance. But there was a problem. It was a Schlager party on that evening.
But that's to me, Schlager party sounds like, we're going to Schlager party? That sounds so cool. Do you know what I mean? But
who was there? Who was the guy?
Nino D'Angelo.
Nino D'Angelo. Jenseits vom Guten und Bösen. See you then später.
I remember going später.
We were singing so many different kind of songs. I don't know. But we had a great evening, and the best part was when Glyn showed his bodybuilding moves.
I don't know why I did that. Why did
you did that foot stamp first, and then this.
Yeah.
Oh my God! The next morning I had so much pain here because I laughed so much. And by the way, it was not only evening for our students. We had also many photographers out there, like Olaf Giermann, Ralph Mark was there.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And it was a very, very good.
And we had a
evening.
night. They gave us a VIP area.
Yeah.
And we had all those great food.
The flat screens with our pictures.
Yeah. It was. I thought it was great. It turned out. I mean, I remember on the way there. Do you remember we were getting because we had taxis to take everybody there, and all the way there, you know, Calvin is talking. You're talking to the taxi driver.
The taxi driver.
You're going there?
Yeah. Everybody. You really like to go over there? I can drive you to another place. And Glyn said, No, let's go. But it was a great evening.
It's fantastic.
It was fantastic.
Really good evening. Yeah.
All right. So day number 2. Yeah. Day number 2 was photography again, but this time.
Yeah.
It was more the topic compositing, our kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's more the kind of thing that people would expect to see.
Right.
Yeah.
And we had 3 models. We had Dirk. Not many people know Dirk. Dirk is the ball. He looks similar. No, he looks better than you. No, but he's a very strong guy. Maybe you saw a few.
Similar to me, yeah.
It was maybe you saw a few images of him. And then we had Jessie. Jessie. I mean, 150%. She prepared outfits all by herself. It was
like a female warrior thing, wasn't it? I mean,
female barbarian.
We'll probably talk about models a little bit. You know, but my God, if ever you, one phrase I said about models and someone like Jessie, they're like gold dust.
Right.
Because you just give her, we talked about those having a plan or an idea for a photo shoot, you tell her, and she does so much.
Everything.
Oh, fantastic.
Everything. You just have to click.
Dirk was fantastic, Jessie, and then there was...
And we had a special surprise. We had a Jack Sparrow double. And
incredible.
Can you remember the moment when he walked in? And what everything was prepared.
It was just like that. He even walked the same as Jack Sparrow. It was just crazy. His mannerisms, everything was...
And we were talking, and he went in, and we all like, oh, he's here. He's looking like Jack Sparrow. And he had many props, right?
He had swords, skulls, guns, you name it, he had everything. And what was brilliant was, when people were taking his pictures, he remembered bits from the film. Oh no! In the film, Jack would do this, and Jack would do incredible, really good.
We need advice. Do not only promote I think a good advice would be maybe people, if they like to have character like this, maybe they can look for stores who sell this, or maybe double agencies.
Yeah. You get people doing impersonate people, and there's also. I certainly know that in the UK we have a company in London where you can buy clothing that's been used on films.
Yeah, maybe.
And you can rent them for not much money, so all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, he was just, they were all amazing, the models.
And I think with the combination of you to explaining the role, the situation, and then with the clothes, I think you do not need a perfect beauty or fashion model. No. You can choose any character when he's in the scene and you have fun to do this. I'm sure he's acting very good. Maybe he's a fan of this movie and he can do it. So just look around. There are so many people out there who look similar to a person. I mean, if I look at Glyn Dewis, I see the young...
The Rock?
No, but the young Bruce Willis maybe, or the young Vin Diesel a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So,
I know what you mean.
And then just get the props and everything, the clothes. And
I never thought of that, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. But it is good because you can give people somebody who's not a model, when they're playing a character, they forget they're being photographed as themselves, and they take on the role of a character. And
that is... No, it's okay.
I am Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
All right. So the evening, what was the on that evening?
Well, the evening, it was more a case of...
Oh no, it was relaxing.
It was very relaxing.
It was Sunday evening.
We got together and we talked about, right, these are the pictures. We were like, wow, right, you do this one, we can do that one, and I'll do this, and you do that. So it was more a time for us to look at what we're going to do the following day, which was the retouching day, which everyone was really looking forward to.
And everybody was like in the hotel, like, oh, I like to retouch, maybe just take a look, whatever. Yeah. So it was the only evening where there was nothing, kind of relaxing.
Yeah. And like I say, but the funny thing was, we said to everybody, go away, relax, just get together, have some food together. But we could see online, they're already starting to retouch their pictures and stuff. But everyone was looking forward to day 3, you know, more. It's like the retouching day.
So that was the day number 1 and day number 2 and the evenings. Now let's talk about day number 3. So day number 3, it was the retouching day, the Photoshop day, and I have to remember, I guess we retouched 4 images, 4 or 5 images.
Beauty, there was the Jack Sparrow,
the female warrior,
but that was a speed retouch really, which was great. Black Ops and Dirk, so
and Expendables, I guess 5 or 6 images, and I think it was. The main topic was not to teach only new things, new techniques. It was more to bringing all the techniques, what we already know maybe, or the students already know, together in a workflow. And at the end, and this is not a joke, we had final prints. We had final prints of every image. And we handed out and everybody was looking at the prints and everybody was able to say, I know exactly how this image was done.
Yeah, because they did it there and then. They just sat there. Right. That was a really good thing, and what was probably really beneficial to everybody maybe was the fact that they see that we do similar kind of things, you know, but there are certain ways that we do them that might be a bit different, you know. But one thing we always said when we were doing the retouching was to make sure that what you do, as much as possible, was to be so that you could go back to do something later. Like, I mean, do you remember one of the guys did the Jack Sparrow picture?
Yeah, right.
And he showed, oh look, I've done that, and he did a great result.
Yeah.
But there was just a couple of things because he tried to do it really, really quickly that would have just needed fixing. But because he'd worked in a way that it was all built up, that we'd shown, he could then go back and change, and it was fantastic. So,
and many people are asked all the time, I know all of your trainings. Make it sense to come to the workshop. Yeah, it makes sense because it's not about the technique. It's more about the decisions. Okay, what kind of technique can I use here, or what kind of technique makes sense here? And I learned new things. I mean, I saw your lighting thing with the Jack Sparrow thing, and I was here like, oh, I never tried that before. So it was very, very interesting.
Yeah. But it all came together because it showed then, having the 2 days of photography, and when the pictures were in the computer and they saw what we knew we were going to do to it, the lighting and everything made sense. It's like, why was there a highlight there? Why was that done like that? And everyone was like, I now know why that lighting is that way.
We need advice. That was only advertising for the High5 workshop. We need some. I have advice. When you shot an image, sleep at least 1 night before you retouch it. After you retouch it, sleep another night. Do not publish it. So now we have advice. We need advice. Otherwise, people will say, "Oh, they only advertise the High5 workshop." I think this one is
okay. I've got one bit of advice. Right. When you're doing your pictures as well, is that when you're taking a picture of your model, because you've done all your checking, see, I want to do this kind of style, you know that when you go into a studio where to put your lights.
Oh, right.
Because later on, that light that you've set up, you can then use that to say that's the moon or the sun. So doing all this, again, going back to having these mood boards, it can really help when you're actually in the studio doing your photos. Right.
So okay, let's talk about the evening and then the marketing day. And we had another evening after the 3rd day, after the retouching day, and this was the go-kart driving day.
Such fun.
I think it was one of the best evenings.
But it wasn't a competition.
Yeah, that's insider, no competition. We had so much fun. We had a qualifying, then the host of the lane.
The host was so good though, wasn't he?
He was funny also.
Yeah, he was so good.
Bring us in teams, and by the way, this guy made the 1st place.
And with a 10-second penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
And I was on a second place.
Yeah.
So it's good. The hosts are on the first two places.
Absolutely,
I mean, we are 16 people.
Yeah. But no, it was a great night. So
and no competition.
No.
It was a great evening, thanks to Welcome, because Welcome was a big support. All right, and then the marketing day. We had a marketing day, a business day, where we talked about, so many things, personality, clients, and...
well, the social media. There was so much more than the marketing, though, you know. It was the marketing, which is a big, important part of what we do, because, you know, one of the things we talked about was you can be a fantastic photographer, but bad at marketing and make nothing. Or you can be an average photographer who's great at marketing and make a lot of money. So we kind of talked about that a lot. But we also talked about how it's important to keep in the study mode and to learn and have fun.
And we talked about personality. Because and here are some advice maybe. I think people who are successful, I think you don't have to be the best in photography. No. You don't need the best equipment. I think 30% of the success is maybe skills, equipment, and the other 70%, I think, is personality.
Yeah, sure.
We told the guys that most of us spend too less time with showing their personality. Let's take a look at all the business sides of the people. They do not even have a profile image. You can see who is this. But that makes us unique, our personality. So why do we publish, or why do we show only the skills? We do only show the skills, pictures, technique, equipment, and our personality. No, that's not so important.
This is a people business.
Right.
And again, you know, going back, you can be an amazing photographer, but you can be a real arrogant beep, and people won't want to work with you.
Right.
But do you know one of the other things which I think was really good to talk about, and this is something that I used to do all the time, and it never helped me, was I would go on the internet and I'd look at other people's pictures who were so much better than me. And I'd be like, rather than me thinking, I'm going to try and get as good as them, it made me feel bad. Do you know what I mean? And it kind of demotivated me. So I know we kind of talked about when you're looking at other people's work, try to look at it in a way that motivates you, and maybe don't look at somebody who is way, way, way above you, who's been doing it a lot longer. Look at somebody who's maybe doing it 2 years more than you, or 3 years more than you, and they're good, and they're better than you, and it makes you want to get to that level, and so on and so forth.
And if it's somebody so good that you have a frustrated feeling that make this guy to your role model, and then the view changed a little bit, and then you are motivated. You are not angry of this person because he's your role model. He's far away, and if you compare with people who are maybe only a little bit better than you, and that gives you more motivation. That was a big topic we talked about, and
we talked about quite personal things as well, really. I think we both.
I think it's important. Was that personality?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So it was a good day, a heavy day, but people learned a lot.
I hope so. Yeah. And on the evening, what was a bowling?
And it wasn't a competition.
No competition. We had a bowling evening, and there are also some videos out there. Check out my YouTube channel.
Am I?
Oh, you uploaded yesterday evening a video.
Yeah, because I did get a strike.
Yeah, because on my video I didn't get it. Okay, so it was also a very nice evening, and day by day everything is getting closer with the students. And,
that was the great thing, because we had people from all over. I mean, would you ever really find yourself, I'll give an example of Ed, a 747 captain, pilot. Right. When would you have a group of people from all over that are all mixing with a pilot and an internet guy and those marketing people, all these people coming together in one, and everybody got on. And
by the way, Oliver from Sabia made the second place in bowling. I mean,
how did he do that? And he didn't even go to the line. He was like 4 paces back.
He was throwing from the chair, close to the chair. He was throwing, and he made this.
And it's just like,
I mean, of 16 people, he made the second place. And we were not bad. The rest was not so bad.
No. But he was very, very good.
All right, so this was the evening, and the last day we went to Heidelberg. Well, the weather was not so fine, but we went straight to the castle to shoot backgrounds. We showed HDR images, how we shoot backgrounds. but it was more a networking day, hanging around together, and great food, a lot of talks, and
that's right. It was a chance for everybody to get out of like the classroom, if you like, and people just talking and walking and asking questions, and it was on a very, very informal way of doing it. But we still did a little bit of teaching because it was although we were lucky it didn't rain when we were there. There was lots of cloud cover. Perfect day for taking pictures for backgrounds because there were no shadows. So, hey, a bit of advice. If you're going to shoot your backgrounds, if you're going to photograph backgrounds for your pictures, do it on a day when there's lots of cover, so you've not got any hard shadows, because then you can use them in any picture.
Especially for textures.
It's fantastic. So that was it. It worked out really, really well, and I think we got into the cars, and then the heavens opened and it started to rain. So it was perfect timing.
You can see a lot of things happen. I mean, of course, this video is a little bit to give you an overview what's going on in this class. We are now in planning the details for the next one. It depends a little bit when you will see this video. Maybe we already did 3 or 4, I don't know. But we try that every class is a little bit different. Maybe we can play around a little bit, kind of model what we have, the kind of days. And but if you have any questions, feel free to check out the High5 site on Facebook. And you can ask their questions, and you can write us emails whenever you like. And I hope you now get a little bit of impression what the first High5 workshop was. And again, it's all in English. I mean, for me, it was very hard. Yesterday evening, I mean, yesterday was the last day. And yesterday evening, I told to my wife, I had a lot of workshops before, but I never was mentally such tired, because I have to think so much. I mean, for you it's comfortable, right?
Thinking in English as well.
But I mean, for you it was okay, right? I mean, it was tough days. We can say that these 5 days, many people travel a lot, and it's kind of a vacation also. Vacation, education, but tough days. So if you think about it, make sure you have enough energy, because the days are tough. Full packed with things, and at the end, of course, 5 days is enough.
Definitely.
And now we have a lot of images, we had a lot of experience, and now it's time to release.
I'm really looking forward now to seeing pictures coming up online from the people.
We have a group, by the way. For every class, there's a private Facebook group, and everybody stay together. We do not delete that, so the workshop is not over yet. Because in the next days, we publish images there, and we are still in the group to give feedback. So the workshop ends not after 5 days. So it keeps on going. We have all our groups with the people inside connected, and we can share images, so everything's fine.
Fantastic.
All right, Glyn. Thanks for being in Germany, and we'll see us again in. Special. Don't tell where our next trip is. Okay. But on the next High5 class, if you'd like to join us, next High5 class, here it is. High5 workshops. Check out the website. If you have any questions, feel free to write us an email. And now in German, auf Wiedersehen.
And in English, see ya.
Now in English, see ya. And now in German.
In German, auf Wiedersehen.
Hi.